Championship ring.
30-year-old WWE star confirms he is romantically chasing Liv Morgan. A WWE RAW star recently confirmed his romantic interest in Liv Morgan. He revealed he is chasing the former women's world champion. Morgan has been in an on-screen relationship with her Judgment Day teammate Dominik Mysterio for several months. Although their relationship seemingly took a hit after Dirty Dom attempted to hug Rhea Ripley following the latter's victory over Morgan on Raw's debut episode on Netflix, they have seemingly reconciled after the former NXT North American champion helped his on-screen girlfriend and Raquel Rodriguez beat the women's tag team champions, Naomi and Bianca Belair, last Monday on Raw. Nevertheless, Julius Creed of American Made is seemingly interested in stealing Morgan from Mysterio. After previously flirting with her during a backstage interview with Jackie Redmond, he made another move in a new video posted on the WWE interviewer's Instagram. When asked who he would like to see show up in the Women's Royal Rumble, the former NXT Tag Team Champion stated that he was done chasing women and was focusing on himself. The 30-year-old quickly changed his mind after Liv Morgan interrupted his interview with Redmond and went after the former women's world champion. When the backstage interviewer pointed out that he said he was done chasing women, Creed revealed that he would make an exception for the Judgment Day member. WWE superstar Julius Creed married in 2024. While Julius Creed and Liv Morgan continued to joke around in backstage videos, the two superstars' real-life relationship status recently changed. Less than a year ago, the American Made member got married. Meanwhile, the former women's world champion, who was reportedly dating fellow WWE Superstar Bo Dallas, aka Uncle Howdy, confirmed a few months ago that she was currently single. In a recent interview with Pod Meets World, Morgan opened up about her struggles to find love while having an on-screen relationship with Dominik Mysterio. "I'm sure it would take a certain man to be okay with, 1, my job, but 2, what that all entails right now with having an on-screen boyfriend. We work pretty intimately, so I can imagine it would take a really strong, secure man." She said that it will be interesting to see if WWE will turn Creed and Morgan's playful interactions into a storyline. Liv Morgan to kick Dominik Mysterio out of Judgment Day. Replace him with new boyfriend? Potential swerve explored. Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio have been experiencing some trouble in their relationship since the latter attempted to rekindle his relationship with Rhea Ripley earlier this year. Interestingly, one superstar may already be eyeing Dom's position once it becomes available. That on Raw's Netflix debut, Rhea Ripley defeated Liv Morgan to become the new women's world champion. Following the match, Dominik Mysterio approached the Eradicator and attempted to reconcile, but was attacked instead. Tension has since risen between the Judgment Day couple since then. While it seems like Dom is now on Liv's bad side, one star trying to get into Liv's good graces is Julius Creed. Julius first expressed interest in Morgan in October when they were talking about hockey. Creed flirted again with Liv in a recent interview with Jackie Redmond, in which the American Made member said he was romantically chasing the former champion after initially saying he wasn't interested in pursuing anybody at the moment. The Judgment Day is currently down 2 members, Finn Balor and JD McDonough. With this in mind, some openings in the group can be filled by the Creed brothers and even Ivy Nile. If Morgan decides to kick out Dominik from the group, that means more spots need to be filled, which can go to Julius and Brutus Creed. Also, the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile moving away from Chad Gable can be the former Raw Tag Team Champions' opportunity to pursue a solo run and start fresh on a different brand while there's a transfer window. What did Liv Morgan say about Dominik Mysterio attempting to reconcile with Rhea Ripley on Raw? Liv has been quite cold and distant to the former North American since his actions on Raw's Netflix debut. However, it seemed like helping Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez win on this week's episode during their tag team match landed him back in her good graces. While on a recent appearance at the Pod Meets World podcast, Liv Morgan explained that Dominik Mysterio wasn't trying to get back with Rhea earlier this month, but was attempting to steal the Women's World Championship for the Judgment Day member. You know, that's not what he was doing. He was actually going to steal the title back from me from her, and he got caught. It will be interesting to see what is next for Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio on Monday Night Raw. Liv Morgan sends an emotional message to JD McDonough after his heartbreaking injury on WWE RAW. JD McDonough's freak injury during this week's episode of WWE RAW left the fans concerned for his well-being. He recently shared a post thanking his well-wishers on Instagram. Among the several comments, one was from his Judgment Day stablemate Liv Morgan, who wrote that she was already missing him. McDonough teamed up with Dominik Mysterio on the Monday Night Show to challenge the War Raiders for the World Tag Team Championships. At one point in the match, the 34-year-old star attempted a springboard moonsault that went wrong, with his head banging into the announcer's table. Though JD McDonough was able to finish the match, which he and Dominik lost, he collapsed while going to the back. A few hours later, he updated his fans saying he could be out of action for a couple of months. McDonough has now put up a new post on Instagram, where he expressed his gratitude for the love that has been pouring in. Liv Morgan, too, dropped an emotional message in the comments section for her stablemate. Vince Russo had a brutal assessment of JD McDonough's injury on WWE RAW. On a recent episode of the Bump podcast, Vince Russo didn't hold back before criticizing McDonough for putting his body at risk by attempting the moonsault. Russo also took an issue with the wrestling world celebrating JD McDonough, choosing to continue the match after suffering the injury. What are we waking up to this morning? Oh, what a hero he is. Oh my God, he gutted it out. Holy S asterisk it, JD McDonough. I'm watching this and the whole time I'm saying, UA asterisk S, stay down. Stay the F down. Do you literally want to wind up in a wheelchair? Stay down. And he's being celebrated this morning because he continued the match with broken ribs and a punctured lung. What the freak is wrong with these idiots, bro? Considering the recovery time is at least 2 months, fans can potentially see JD McDonough return to WWE in time for WrestleMania 41 in April. Dominik Mysterio to cause Liv Morgan's downfall. JD McDonough officially replaced? 5 things that may happen with the Judgment Day. At Royal Rumble 2025, Dominik Mysterio suffered a loss on Raw as we are heading towards Royal Rumble 2025. This PLE is set to emanate live on February 1st, 2025. Both the men's and women's Royal Rumble matches will be exciting to witness, as several major entrants have already been announced. Speaking of the Judgment Day, the dynamics of the villainous faction could see some major developments at the upcoming Premium Live event. In this article, we will discuss 5 things that may happen with the Raw faction at Royal Rumble 2025. Number 5. Liv Morgan could be eliminated due to Dominik Mysterio's interference. Liv Morgan is no longer the Women's World Champion and could enter the Women's Royal Rumble match to earn another title shot. On a recent episode of Raw on Netflix, Dominik Mysterio aided Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez in defeating Women's Tag Team Champions Bianca Belair and Naomi. However, if Dominik Mysterio tries to help Liv during the Women's Rumble match, he might accidentally cost her the victory. Dom could attempt to save her from being thrown out, but instead end up eliminating her. This angle could later serve as a major turning point in the deterioration